Who has a 100-word summary of the Treble you guys got into last week?
It was all
me.
Birdie's fault.
I forget everything from week to week.
I'm gonna
I
keep
eat
my
these
mouth
more
shut.
than you do.
It's Birdie's fault. Everything is Birdie's fault.
All I know is that, yeah, zombies. This is our life now.
Yeah, and McDohl was like, "Hey, it sounds like zombies on the other side of the door." You know, it
Oh,
sounds like
yeah,
a
I
great
remember that.
idea. Zombies. Let's open this door and say hi to the zombies.
I don't remember zombies.
Oh, zombies are
Well, it's because
happening.
they hadn't happened yet. Would like literally the first thing that's going to happen is McDoll's going to open this door and zombies are going to happen.
I'm really hoping it's just one really big zombie.
Also, Birdie killed innocent people.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Exactly, that's the
No
problem.
one ever kills innocent people on server. We get it. We go on.
You guys just played an entire Planescape campaign filled with devils and demons that killed innocent people on purpose.
Also, Liberation may have done that once.
Probably. That sounds right.
At the end of the day, everyone deserves it. So
It's a very
that's a terrible
cynical
But
outlook.
only at the end of the day.
wait,
In
I'm
the
playing
morning,
Adrex,
people
not
don't really
Kobold.
deserve it.
I mean, he's right. In Sigil, everybody absolutely does deserve it.
I'm playing Adrex, not TLM.
So, we have some unfinished business.
Vis-a-vis zombies
Birdie.
behind the door.
I gave Birdie every opportunity to not have his alignment changed.
I did not get a chance to think about that. I was too busy this week. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, until you think of it, you can't get a blip for your alignment.
You're unaligned.
No, he's not unaligned, he's neutral. He moved one step towards chaotic last session. And until I get a summary of what the neutral, or true neutral, if you want to think of it that way, alignment means to Birdie, I cannot award any blips for that alignment. And as long as you guys are in the dungeon, I'm being super stingy with blips on my end. That being said, what's next?
Well,
We've already
Adrex,
decided what's next. You got
Is-
this is on you, buddy.
it's zombie time for Adrex.
So Adrex is doing what?
That's a good question.
Adrex had already opened the door when you
Yeah.
quit.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm sure everything
reminder.
is fine. There's no zombies behind this door.
Which is fine because
There
remember,
it goes.
Adrex is invincible.
Light sources. We've got Raazu back there holding the torch, and that's it?
Yup.
Okay.
Wait, no, you've moved me. I think I had a torch.
Okay, well, if you do, get it out now. Or forever
I'm
hold your
trying.
peace.
I hadn't picked my character yet.
Oh, play the
Ferocity. Yeah.
play the Snake Man. He's real good.
Yeah, right.
I need to, like, codify that final encounter I ran for Planescape. Like, make up the rules for it and put it out on the internet somewhere so other people can try it out. I feel like I need to scour all the campaigns we've run, and I could probably pick out, like, 10 or 12 just really good weird encounters and then bundle them up for DM's Guild.
That would be good.
Yeah, no, I can actually see. There's some really good stuff.
Adrix,
Is dying.
you can see about this far in the room, and already there are Zambos up in your grill.
Oh, okay.
So,
I was like,
because you heard him banging against the door. So 4 of them kind of spill out onto Adrix as he opens the door.
I'm just going to go ahead and start by rolling initiative. How does that sound?
I think everybody should do that, yes.
+4.
Adrix, what's your passive perception?
11.
11. The rest of you guys are having difficulty seeing into the room. This is a relatively narrow doorway, and there's a big-ass Dragonborn in the way. But you have no difficulty hearing the Zambos moaning, groaning inside the room, banging against the door and spilling out against Adrix. The good news is that nobody is surprised because
I didn't think Adrex would do this.
You didn't?
Nah, I did.
Okay. Red, you're up first. Everything in that room is going to... I'm going to give them half cover because Adrex is taking up most of this doorway.
But Adrex is adjacent to the two in the front?
Technically, Adrex is adjacent to all 4 of those guys. They kind of came spilling out in a big heap on top of him.
Just go ahead and snap off an arrow with a short bow at this one.
Okay.
That'll hit an armor class of 13.
That's good.
Armor class of Zambo. Triumphant return. You do know you set them all down as 6s. They're not going to roll 6s. Oh, one did.
That will be a total damage of 21.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I will give... Who's up on next on initiative? Birdie. Already got advantage. Let's go ahead and give Raazu advantage against this zombie.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn. I don't have any useful way to do my movement.
That's going to bring us to Birdie. You got Sharpshooter, so half cover is not going to matter?
No, that's Windy.
Oh, Wendy's got all the bullshit stuff. That's right. It's
Yeah,
Nodal's
that's
character.
right.
I should have known.
Wendy is the monk. Yes,
That's on you.
that's what you...
I'm the one that can't be surprised.
Okay.
But I am going to shoot the one... Which one did he shoot? This one?
That one.
Yeah.
Is it still up?
Yes.
Then I will shoot the same one. Wow, okay. How unlikely is that? So that's a armor... That'll hit an armor class of 10.
1 in 400.
Of 10,
Yeah,
and you don't have Sharpshooter?
I do not.
Okay, miss. You fire your
Okay.
arrow into this zombie horde, and you just hear it clatter against the stone floor. Moving or staying put?
I mean, there's not any... I guess I'll just move down here to give Raazu room.
Now, where Wendy and Raazu were standing, this is on this spiral staircase going up.
Okay.
So, I mean, every square is a legal position. Just kind of the further back in the room, the higher up the stairs you're going to be standing. And remember, if you go too far up the stairs, you're not going to be able to see any of the action down below.
Oh, okay. Well, am I in a good position to run away?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
from right there, you can literally just run straight up the stairs if you want.
All right, then I'm right where I need to be.
Raazu, you're up.
I'm close in behind Adrex.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 11, I believe. Let me
11.
check that. Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Then I will go ahead and poke my halberd over there.
Okay.
Dice internment. Oh, are we? Okay. Okay. Well, there's the first one for dice internment right there. That's only a 7 to hit.
7 will miss.
And let's try a second attack. Poking that thing in there.
Got him.
I mean,
Got him. Wow.
you
Wow.
you deserve that
Oh, wow.
one.
Yeah, I do. I deserve both of them.
Next time, don't bowl over the
Um,
zombies.
How about? I'm not gonna waste that class feature on this. What am I crazy? Never mind.
I mean,
It's just
yes.
really hard to get an angle on the zombies because you're trying to find an opening where Adrex is maneuvering out of this doorway and these zombies are just kind of reaching out for him. It's just difficult to get an angle when you whiff. That's going to bring us to Miss Wendy.
Uh-huh. And I am the sharpshooter one. So I'm gonna take a nice sharpshooter shot at this zombo right here.
Okay.
That's a 13.
We'll hit.
Alright.
No, leave them as ones because the Nodal's gonna pick those up and roll them for 20s.
Uh-huh. That's 21 damage
Okay.
on this one. Piercing magical. And then
And he is dropped.
and then I'm going to take another one at this one right here. Try to kind of shoot us into an exit.
Okay.
Oh, if someone tabs something while they're off camera, it actually shows an arrow at the border of the screen.
That one just in an 8.
An 8 will hit.
Okay. Thank you, zombie. That one's
Found
a
We found the AC.
18
18 will damage.
on this one right here, piercing magical.
Okay.
Can I push past Adrex to get in here?
I'm going to say only if Adrex moves, and if he does, he's going to trigger 3 attacks of
Alright,
opportunity.
I don't need to do it right now. Adrex is good where he is. I'm good.
I mean,
Alright, speaking of 3 attacks...
you missed the opportunity to call Adrex difficult terrain.
Alright, Adrex.
Mm,
I have a 5.
no.
I have a 20.
Sure.
And I have a 6.
No.
You
Those are
sure the 6
wildly
doesn't hit?
Yeah, those are wildly variant numbers.
6 points of bludgeoning damage as these 3 zombies that are squeezing their way through this doorway, just one of them manages to get a good slam on the side of your head. And what's their movement?
Oh, good. They
Probably
hit him
really.
where. Like, if anybody hits Adrex in the head, he should get the benefit of damage resistance.
Wait, why?
It was a joke.
It was a bad joke.
Because he has a hard head, was the joke.
Yes.
That was the joke.
I get the joke now.
It's alright.
And there's just a lot of shambling in this room.
I mean,
Adrex, looking into the room, you can only see maybe the first half of it because you've got this torchlight behind you, but you see more zombies that you can possibly imagine starting to reach out through the darkness.
I have a solution,
Adrex, you're up.
but I don't think you guys would like it.
You're still in kind of timeout, buddy.
That's why I like. It's not a bad solution, but I'm afraid to ask because I'm in timeout.
Rick, a 15-foot cone hits these 6.
Yeah.
Alright. In that case, those 6 need to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
That should be hilarious.
5 passed.
What?
5 passed.
Yeah, Connor the zombie. Yeah.
What's the damage?
I will
And I was
tell
thinking-
you.
Okay.
It's fine.
I don't think he's gonna make it through this one, you guys.
5 cold damage, which they can half if they've saved. I hate everything.
So, 2 cold damage on a bunch of these guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. And letting loose your dragon breath into the room, the cold just doesn't seem to phase these zombies. They're just pushing through it. A very thick layer of frost forms over this one here, which Windy had previously wounded. Moving or staying put?
I'm not done.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I eat 2 opportunity attacks if I take a step back.
I'm saying 3 because these 3 guys here are kind of like molts in this doorway. They kind of fell over on top of you as you open this door outward. But they're all rolling at disadvantage.
Yeah, because I need to make room for. I need to not be an obstacle. So yeah, sure. Let's eat some AOs.
They're delicious.
Oh,
I have a 6.
attack of opportunity. Yeah, AO. Nope.
They're not just OAs? I thought they were just opportunity attacks now.
Attacks of opportunity.
I have a critical fail. And I have an 8.
Nope.
I mean, these zombies just clumsily reach out to try to grab you as you step back.
And Adrex turns his head and looks at the party as sincerely as humanly possible, eyes giant, and goes, "Oh my God, there are actually zombies there!"
Red, you're up.
Alright, so is this one still adjacent to someone?
Nope, nobody's adjacent to anybody right now.
Okay. Let's go ahead and give Raazu advantage on our next attack against this one. And ready in action that the next time a zombie is adjacent to an ally, I'm going to shoot that zombie.
Okay. It's going to bring us to Birdie.
Well, I'm just gonna step here, and I'm gonna cast Hunger Hadar on the zombies.
Okay, draw it out.
Okay, let's see.
Do better than my fucking breath. Weapon.
I should hope so, because Hunger of Hadar costs a bunch of blips. Dragon Breath doesn't cost anything but your dignity.
Every time I fucking use it, apparently. Dragon Breath's cool.
Hadar is a 10-foot radius,
It's a 20-foot radius.
so it's bigger than that.
Yeah, it's much bigger
These are
than that.
5-foot squares.
You can hit them all, I think.
Yeah, you could ruin that whole corridor for all of the zombies there.
And we can wait.
Just close the door after that.
Yep.
I mean, the door will be in the.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get those two zombies, or these three zombies, without also getting this doorway.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We can guard the door.
So it would be
Benefit.
here and to here. So
I mean, you have to draw the circle. It's D&D tradition.
He's got a good start down here.
You really don't need a circle for a 10 by 10 corridor, just a pair of parallel lines.
It's 2:35 now. How long do you think it's going to take him?
I'm just gonna do that.
It's tradition to draw the whole circle, so we can all
Fine.
draw a circle.
Also, is this the center of the circle? Because if there is,
No. No. That's from where, like, I thought it was 20 feet. There you go.
I have driven trouble.
There.
Apparently. There we go.
You got him.
That's good.
Well done.
It's a good circle.
And then at the start of their turn, bad stuff happens to them.
A 20-foot radius appears. No light can illuminate the creature. Any creatures in the area are fully blinded. The void area is difficult terrain. Any creature that starts its turn takes 2d6 cold damage. And if
And
it
the
ends,
slurping. Don't forget the slurping.
any creature that ends its turn must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 acid damage.
Okay. Moving or staying put?
I mean, there's not really much room to move, so I'll just stay here.
He still forgot the slurping.
I don't think he's going to do the slurping.
It's implied.
He had implied
Slurping's implied, circle's
Implicit
implied.
slurping? I don't know about that.
So, Raazu, what's happened now is the Hunger of Hadar. The tentacles have burst up out of the floor and started grabbing at these Zambos. But, I mean, these ones here, they're going to push their way out of this door.
Yeah, I think I will go ahead and take a swipe at the ones that are pushing their way through the door.
Okay, well, you've got to step in the door. Oh, no, you don't. You've got reach.
I got reach, yo.
You've got
Is a
reach.
15 hit?
15 does hit.
Alright, I'm just not going to put some Paladin stank on it because it doesn't feel like that's absolutely necessary.
Which
right
one are
now.
you attacking? One of them has been badly wounded by Dragon
one-
Breath, and one of them hasn't.
The one wounded by Dragon Breath.
Okay.
That's going to be... No, 9. No, 8 slashing damage.
Is it 8 or 9?
It's 8.
Okay, you got him.
And the other one, well, I'll take a swipe at him. That's going to hit because I rolled by it better. That's only going to be 4 damage.
Okay.
4 slashing damage.
Moving or staying put?
Staying put.
So, Wendy,
Yeah.
same deal. I mean, these Zambos...
These
I should-
Zambos?
I should have made Raazu roll at disadvantage, shouldn't I? Because she can't see the targets.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
I
do it
wasn't
if
going to
want me
tell you, but
Yeah, that's the kind of thing you should tell me if you notice. So we're skipping Wendy's turn as punishment for that.
damn.
Wendy, you're rolling a disadvantage.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and whip this zombie.
Whip it
Whip it good.
with your whip.
Yeah, with my whip
Okay,
that I have.
that you have.
The spine whip.
I keep it right next to my Duke.
Was it the spine whip, or did Wendy get that from an orc?
That's a spine whip.
Okay.
I didn't get any orc whip. It's breaking my aesthetic a bit. That's a 16
16 will hit.
for Get out that nice D6 because I'm a monk.
Yeah.
9 damage.
9 damage.
Piercing magical.
Okay.
And then I'll toss out another one.
Piercing magic?
At disadvantage. Yeah, whips are piercing. Slashing, I
They're
guess.
slashing. Yeah, they're slashing.
I thought whips were piercing. My bad.
No, Thorn Whip
11.
could be piercing.
What was that?
11 to hit
That'll hit.
for another 6 damage.
They hit
Slashing
it.
magical.
Yeah, they have AC of Zambo, so they're...
Yeah.
And then moving or staying put?
I'm good here.
Okay, so nobody closed the door and locked the zombies inside. Very good.
I thought the door was inside the horrible zombie.
Oh, it was. But
I
if
value
somebody,
myself.
if somebody had taken one for the team,
Now,
See,
when
my
Birdie
turn
does
hasn't
that
come up
without
yet.
warning.
now instead of just narrating all of the zombies die in the Hunger of Hadar, I actually have to apply damage to all of them. So, Treble, go ahead and roll damage for Hadar, for all of the zombies starting in that range.
Do you want me to roll once or
Just once. Once for everybody.
7.
7?
Yeah.
So I've got to apply 7 damage to like 36 zombies here.
I mean, you're the one that came up with the dungeon. Small fiddle, man.
I thought what would happen in this encounter is that you guys would put up the Hunger of Hadar and then close them all in the room. That was the intended solution?
No. What? Have you ever played D&D? Ever? My players did something I wasn't expecting. Woo!
My players made things harder on me.
Woo!
My players are so dumb.
I mean, I didn't say it, you did.
Sorry, Adrex is gonna die here.
My players can't solve puzzles for toddlers.
Adrex, I have an 8 to hit.
Nope.
Raazu, I have a 7 to hit.
Sorry.
It hasn't been relevant yet, but I do want to say that Adrex is still wearing the shield.
Okay. And now roll some acid damage.
8 acid damage.
Okay. As they all start dissolving.
Gross.
Sorry, I had to do simple math in my head.
How horrible
So-
for you.
It was rough.
Just grind everything to a halt. It's fine.
It was hard. 2-digit math. I mean, whew.
That's
I
rough.
think
Tough
Birdie
stuff.
for this one.
Adrex, you're up.
Adrex is up. Alright, I'm gonna hit the one in front of me.
Okay.
Are these two still in the Hunger of
22.
Hadar?
Do I need to roll a disadvantage even though they just attacked me?
So, if these two are in the Hunger of Hadar, then he's rolling at disadvantage. If they're not, then he's not. I'll let Treble decide, because he's the one who drew this circle, question mark?
I mean, it's like, are they in this square or are they in this square? Because it
Just
stops.
say they're in.
Okay, they're in.
Okay.
They have an AC of Zambo. I know I roll ones, but come on.
You
Well,
are-
that's why I have the dice gel down there for you.
That is a 17.
That was a disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I also got
That hits.
That's one I asked. Alright. For...
Hey.
Hey. That is 11 damage. It's
Okay.
a silvered weapon he's got.
And you stab at this one with your silver sword?
Yeah.
You pierce just through his soft, rotting flesh. What's next?
Still gone?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got a second attack. Yeah.
Some light slurping.
That
There's
is
the
a
stuff.
17 again
17 hits.
for another
Hey!
11 damage.
Okay. And he drops to the ground.
I'm the only one who's taking damage, huh?
In
This
encounter.
square is difficult terrain because of all the pile of dead zombies that's laying there now. Adrex, what's next?
Can I rally myself? I think I can.
No, you're not your own ally.
It's not ally. It's one. It's to grant a friendly creature who
Oh,
can
yeah.
see or hear you.
You're friendly.
So I'm gonna rally myself
You're pretty friendly, I think.
for extra 9 hit points, which is good because I need that.
Okay, we can stop with the
Adrex.
slurping now. That's enough. Knock it off.
And Adrex rallies himself by psyching himself up and hitting himself a couple times in the chest.
He just
Bring it! Yeah!
beats his chest, lets out an oorah.
Yeah,
Moving or staying put?
stink put.
Okay, it's going to bring us back to red.
Does a chest bump with Birdie knocks him down the stairs?
How does this door open and close?
It's opened outward,
Mhm.
and it's got enough room for one of you guys to fit through. But these zombies are much squishier, and they're squeezing through at you. So two
And the
zombies
zombies
can
are in the
stand
way right now
you. In the way of what?
of closing it? Closing the door?
Oh yeah, no, closing the door is over now. That's not happening anymore. The time for that is gone. Unless you can clear away these bodies and this zombie this turn before they get another before their next action. It may or may not matter depending on how good they
All
roll
right.
on the Undead Fortitude.
So, let's see, who's up? As a bonus action, I give Raazu a bonus to her next attack against... Well, let me do my action first. I'm going to shoot this one.
Okay. Remember, you're rolling at disadvantage because you can't see
From
him.
the... Oh, because the...
You're not a
Sure.
warlock.
They are.
Alright, that hits an armor class of 16.
That's good.
They have an AC of Zambo.
Well, it would have been bad if that rolled over to the 1. 4. 19 damage.
Okay. This one drops, and now this square needs to be cleared of Zambos before
Okay.
the door can close.
Adrex, pull those bodies out of the way. Raazu and what is the order? Okay. Raazu, Adrex. Where's Adrex?
He's way down there.
Oh god.
Yeah.
He rolled worse than Zambos somehow.
Here, Wendy,
Yeah.
take my crowbar. Use it to hook the door and pull it closed after Raazu and Birdie pull corpses out of the way.
All right.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Birdie.
I mean, I will rush forward and grab this corpse and try to pull it into the room.
There are 4 corpses. How many are you trying to drag this turn?
I mean, I question my ability to drag one corpse.
So just one?
Yeah, just one.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hey.
An
All right.
18.
And where do you deposit this corpse?
Just behind, right here. Right here.
Just tab the square, dude. Don't need to draw anything. Just tab it. Okay.
Tab.
My tab, yeah, there it goes.
There you go.
My button was stuck. I apologize.
So, just to be clear, when the zombie comes back to life, this is the square you want him to come onto.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
Gotcha. And moving or staying put?
I mean, staying put. Unless I'm in the way.
Raazu, there are 3 more bodies laying there, and you've been instructed to drag them out of the doorway.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go ahead and try and scoop up 2 bodies and dump them in the corner.
Hey, if you do 2 bodies, there's still going to be one in the doorway.
Go for 3. Go for 3.
Fine, I'll go for 3.
All right, make the strength check.
Does your saving face feature work on strength checks?
That's a good question. That is only a 10.
Only a 10?
Yeah.
So, you try to hook all 3 of these bodies. Where do you deposit the one body you got successfully?
Right there.
So when this one comes back to life, that's where you want him to be?
Yep.
Okay. The other ones, their limbs just rip off of the body as all the cartilage gives way inside. And the flesh has no consistency left to it. And so there's still 2 more bodies laying there. Moving or staying put?
Staying put.
Windy.
Yeah.
If you make this strength check at disadvantage, I'll let you try to grab both bodies and close the door on this turn.
All right, I'll go for it.
Okay.
Can I still get the advantage from the crowbar to cancel it out?
Actually, before we go any further,
Yeah.
Birdie,
Uh huh.
8 points of cold damage. And Raazu, 8 points of cold damage for reaching into the Hungers of Hadar to grab out bodies.
Right.
All right, Wendy.
Can I still use the crowbar rather to get me advantage to get me back to neutral?
You're not going to be able to use the crowbar to grab and drag these bodies.
All right.
But you can use the crowbar to close the door.
Okay.
I guess that was the plan.
Yeah.
Was to hook the handle of the door with the crowbar.
Crowbars are good. That's a 6.
Just a 6,
That's a 6.
and you get neither body.
Just to remind you, I have resistance to cold because of my fashionable hat.
Well, you know how to divide a number by 2.
I know. I was just letting you know. in case you're doing some mental math. Like, I should have killed Birdie by now. He's like 4 hit points.
Or in case the hat is magically storing up all the cold damage to explode later.
That would be
It's been
hilarious.
relevant before.
Windy, that was your action. Are you moving or staying put?
I'm good here.
Okay, 11 points of cold damage.
I don't appreciate you making me distrust my awesome hat.
That's the nature of the
I was
beast,
just
buddy.
stating a fact.
It's
Okay.
Brickroad's done this before.
Birdie,
So-
go ahead and roll some cold damage for all the Zambos that are about to start their turn inside the Hunger Hadar.
Okay.
Windy and Raazu, your arms are both really, really cold right now.
8.
8.
Feeling extremely chilly.
Okay. Oop. Dropping D20s. Where'd it go? I lost
gone.
it. Nope, found it.
Better-
Okay, got it. Got it.
Better than
We're
dropping
fine.
a D4.
God, I've done that too. I have a D4 that's like broken, and I stepped on that one once. It was sharp as hell. Okay. So how much damage was that?
8.
8.
So above average. I think every other time I've used Hunger Hadar, I rolled on the low end, like 2s and 3s every round. Too bad I'm wasting this good luck on zombies.
You hear a couple of them drop to the ground with no more strength to shamble forward. These guys just climb over the dead bodies laying here. So we can try to punch Adrex again.
How many dead bodies are there?
What was that?
There's so many dead bodies. Let's just kill the zombies.
We should just make a barricade of zombie bodies, honestly, at this point. We're going about this the opposite way.
Yeah.
Adrex, I have a 17.
Nope.
Raazu, I have a 10.
Sorry.
As the 2 zombies reach out for you and cannot find purchase. And now they all are going to take some acid damage? Is that what's up?
Yes.
Parliamentary inquiry.
Yeah.
My shield do anything since they've been attacking me and missing?
Ye-
Like, is it
If
is
you
there any
use
sort of magical property?
if you use your reaction to activate it, yes. You have the grabby shield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then it's going to use your reaction to activate it.
All right, let's do that.
So this one reaches out, you get your shield up, and it lays its arm, and you hear it thud against your shield. You activate the grabby bands, and you hear the squelch as they snap through this thing's arm and bone, and now its arm is lodged onto the front of your shield, and it's unable to move or attack.
Ah!
And now it's probably going to die from acid damage.
7.
7? Wow, none of them. Okay. It's going to bring us to Adrix's turn.
Stab, stab.
Okay.
That is a 14.
14 will hit.
7 damage.
7 damage. I mean, you've got this thing's arm locked into your shield. You reach around with your sword, pierce through its body, and it's just riddled with gore at this point, but it is still moving.
Alright, second attack.
Second verse, same as the first.
It's a 10.
10 will hit.
Yeah, alright.
Wait, this 2 turns into a 10?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
for 11 damage.
11 damage. And once again, you pierce through this thing. You're just ferociously stabbing it with your sword, and you still feel it moving and squirming. Moving or staying put? If you move, the zombie's moving with you.
I don't want to.
You just don't.
Don't want to blow another superiority die on zombies. So I'm gonna stay put
Okay.
and be grumpy about it.
Red, you're up.
Well, looks like there's a lot of zombies to shoot, so let's take. Is this the one that's on Adrex?
I mean, you can. He's literally on Adrex. Like, his arm is
That's what I
attached to
thought,
Adrex's
yeah.
shield.
Let's go ahead and see if we can't make that just the arm and not the rest of the zombie. So that'll hit an armor class of 17
That's good.
for a total of 21 damage.
Okay. I like how Destil always asks. Like, they gained a plus 13 AC randomly in between rounds. And finally, Adrex, you feel this zombie go slack. And now you just have the severed arm attached to your shield.
Let's give Adrex a bonus against this zombie as a bonus action.
Do you have to be able to
And
see
that's
this
it.
zombie to do that?
I think. Let me check the feature.
He has to be able to see Adrex.
Yeah, I think I have to be able to see Adrex.
Okay.
But I will look.
That's going to bring us to...
I mean, I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, it's fine.
But,
It's going to bring us to Birdie.
I guess I'll just shoot that one.
Okay.
And let's see, no disadvantage for me because he's next to somebody I see. So one of my peoples, and that'll hit a 26.
Okay.
For a total of 14 damage.
Raazu, your armor gets blasted by the black ichor that shoots off the zombie that Birdie just shot, but you do not hear the moaning and groaning subside. Birdie, moving or staying put?
I'll just move down here.
Okay, Raazu.
So,
you're up.
Brick,
Yeah.
the requirement is it actually has to be able to hear and see me.
Hear or see.
Oh, okay, well, none of them can see. So you're not able to grant anybody advantage on these guys.
Destil, you might want to reread that. It's see or hear.
I see if it can see and hear, but
Oh,
only
weird.
the
That's
actual
fine.
source.
Don't worry about it.
Adrex. No, not Adrex.
Not me.
Raazu.
Okay. Bonus action. True Strike on this one. Cancel out the disadvantage. Yes. Fucking zombie constitution.
True Strike is not a
that's-
bonus action. True Strike is one action.
That is not what I read.
It's a cantrip, yo. That's the balancing act of it.
Tricky.
Look it up if you want, but I'm right.
Okay then, never mind. I will roll disadvantage then.
Okay?
But I don't think that's the case.
It is the
It is.
case.
Oh, yeah. So, Brick update, it is see or hear.
Okay.
Apparently, the character sheet abbreviates that or just transposes it for some reason.
I still hit for 5 damage.
For 5 damage.
Yeah.
And you cleave into this thing, and you wrench your halberd out of it. It has not stopped moaning. Moving or staying put?
Staying put.
I love zombies. Windy,
I don't.
Alright, with this zombie.
which one?
The one that Raazu just tried to kill.
Okay.
That's a 12.
That'll hit.
For 10 damage. Piercing magical. Or slashing magical.
You feel the whip impact this thing, and the moaning does not subside.
Alright, the next one is 10 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
9 slashing magical.
Same effects. You pummel this thing with your whip, and it's coming back with gobs of gore and flesh, but the thing does not stop moving.
That's tricky.
Moving or staying put?
I'm good here.
What's funny is the first character I ever rolled up for 5th edition was a warlock, and she started with a crossbow, and I thought I was being super clever by giving her True Strike.
Yeah.
Then my DM's like, "Did you read this spell?" And I was like, "No."
The good... They essentially, in Sword Coast Adventurers, added the good, like, Eldritch Knight cantrips.
Okay, so we need to apply some cold damage to these Zambos.
10.
10 cold damage?
Yep. I mean, they're all like at 1 hit point continuously anyway, aren't they?
Well,
At this
3 of
point,
them
I'm
just
eventually-
dropped.
It's not like they're doing damage to us.
It's really hard, I guess.
Yeah, I think we've done more damage to us than the zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to throw away this 20. I'm so sad. Adrex, I've got a 9. And Raazu, I've got a 6.
Sorry.
Me
And
too,
the
man.
especially persistent zombies are reaching out to grab you. And from this point, it just kind of looks like their arms are reaching out from this ever-growing pile of corpses. Let's apply some acid damage.
8.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
1 zombie remains. Adrex, can you be the guy right here?
I don't have advantage on this one, do I? Or do I?
What's granting you advantage?
Red's thing?
If it says C or here, then yes, you do have advantage.
Yeah, it is here. That
They
was
can
the
hear
character
you.
sheet abbreviates it, or
Bang,
just
alright.
changes it for some reason.
Disadvantage, but advantage, which means I roll regular.
Yep.
Hopefully it's not a 1! Oh, alright. 27.
There's a 1 on there.
For 7 damage.
And this, you stabbed this. Well, no, you stabbed his friend. And you're losing track of which ones you stabbed. You're just kind of thrusting into this horrible pile. But he's still coming for you. Moving or staying put?
Second attack.
Okay.
it's Chad, the Ultra Zombie.
Chad needs to go away.
It's 19.
That'll hit.
Please, Chad, can you just...
10 damage.
10 damage.
Why am I downing myself now? 9 damage.
9 damage.
Yeah.
And he's still coming. Moving or staying put?
Chad.
Chad, please.
Staying put.
I just moused over him and he's not named Chad. Red, you're up.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to maybe start by shooting a zombie.
His name is Chad.
And I can't see this one, it's in the darkness.
Correct.
Craig the Ursa.
No, it's Chad.
That would hit an armor class of 8.
8 will hit.
He went to zombie school. Come on now.
8 hits. I can't miss zombies.
For a
You roll
total
a
of
1, you can.
21 damage.
And finally, the last zombie drops. And for the first time in several minutes, it is silent. Except for the
Except for the
squelching
slurping.
of the... Yeah.
Yeah, it's still slurping.
But it's not it's implicit slurping.
See,
It's pretty explicit, Sir Lurping.
that wasn't so bad, now was it?
Glare.
He was very proud of himself.
Are you guys clearing the zombies out of this doorway?
Not without getting rid of the Hunger of
I did-
Hadar first.
I was dispelling the hunger of Hadar and it took your zombie pile with it. Sorry.
Well, if you guys are moving the zombie pile, you can clear the doorway. If you're not, I need to redraw them there so you know.
No.
Yeah, we'll clear up the zombie
We're
pile.
clearing it, yeah.
What are you doing with the bodies?
Put them in the corner.
And
Should
I mean,
we burn them? We should
so-
burn them.
We should burn them.
Red
Is there
and
enough air?
Birdie.
I feel like if we burn them, we were just going to cause a lot of smoke down here.
There.
Red and Birdie. You guys have pretty high passive perception, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. think Windy too.
As you guys
Yeah,
are
I'm
moving
at
the bodies,
17.
you realize none of these zombies have eyes.
Mhm.
There are just empty, bloody cavities in their head. Some of them still have like their ocular tissue hanging out of it, like their eyes. Make a medicine check. I'll let the group make one check. You can make it at advantage if somebody's helping. I presume Adrex.
Yeah,
Adrex trained them.
Adrex, come here and look at these.
Medicine at advantage.
This is your house.
Couple more letters, and you'll actually be good at my untrained medicine.
Hey!
Not 20, so 24.
Okay. Looking at this, these are not wounds. I mean, you didn't do this, first of all.
Yeah.
These are not wounds that these zombies sustain, and the condition of the ocular tissue kind of just still hanging out of some of their sockets. You think their eyes were just torn directly out of their sockets. With,
Man, who would do something like that?
you don't see any cutting around the eye hole. Like the lids are still intact, or intact as can be for zombies. This looks like some kind of bizarre precision pulling of the eyeballs out of these zombies' heads. And it's consistent across all, how many of them? 12 of
300?
these zombies.
Were they humans?
They were a mix of various Underdark races. So there are some
Okay.
Drow, some Dwergar, a couple things that you don't really recognize. They're just kind of vaguely humanoid.
Even Drow?
All of them
That
had
seems-
eyes at some point.
That seems alarming that if the occupant here was experimenting on their own kind.
I mean, did you actually talk to that drow who was hanging out with us for half a day?
Yeah.
I mean, not really.
I figured there's a pale that at some point you go beyond, but
What's next?
like even my kind doesn't experiment on its own.
Are there any windows nearby, Brick?
You're in a dungeon. There's no windows anywhere.
We're on like the 3rd floor.
No,
You're in
we're
the
oh, no,
basement.
the
We went
basement.
down.
Yeah. We went down.
Oh,
Here. This is the
okay.
basement.
Birdie and
That checks
Raazu,
out then.
Yeah.
you guys step out onto this floor and you realize the stone floor here, it's not stone at all. It's some kind of metal, and no matter how gingerly you step forward, you hear the sound of your steps reverberate up and down the hallway.
Did we hear that when the zombies moved?
Not
can
over
hear it
the
over the slurping.
cacophony of slurping and moaning and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay.
What is
Yeah, what are these alcoves?
Looking at these little alcoves, these are excruciatingly tiny cells. All of the doors to them, in fact, it doesn't look like there are doors to them. They just look like little cells boring back into the wall. But they are no more than 1.5 feet thick and maybe a couple feet deep. If you were to, locking somebody in this cell, they would have no room to lay down.
This is an oubliette of some kind.
And there are many of these cells up and down the rows.
Icky.
well? While they're doing, I'm gonna check the.
Clank, clank. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was gonna check the floor, the actual corridor for traps. But if you want to go banging it ahead, that's fine.
And banging she is.
I mean, I figure that the dumb zombies shambling about would have triggered any traps down here a long time ago. Don't you?
And it could be triggered by heat.
And then she falls into a pit.
See, that's exactly what I was going for. But Burkhardt has no sense of comedic timing.
Can you
Raazu,
so-
approaching this
Hey.
back door here, it looks similar to the previous door, where it's. I'm sorry, it doesn't look similar to the previous door. I misspoke. It's a large metal door with heavy bolts in it, and you don't see any obvious means of opening it. There's no obvious handle or keyhole or anything like that.
Raazu steps aside, looks to Birdie, gestures to the door.
I don't know. Am I still in timeout?
So
Don't-
given the
Don't
last,
snatch me. I'm
given
not-
the way the last 2 doors are trapped, maybe not have everyone stand on the giant metal plate before we open this one.
That's thinking. This is a much better plan than your last one.
All right,
Adrex is bouncing on the metal plate because it abuses him.
Oh,
Raazu
before I
Raazu attaches the torch to Birdie, so he'll have some light to work in.
I have dark vision, but thank you.
Like,
Did we
Bright
check
light's
all
still
the
better than dim
alcove?
light.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
As far as I know, nobody's checked any of the alcoves except for just a quick glance in the first one.
I was.
All right, yeah. I'll go ahead and just walk along the wall first this way to check them all.
And I'll do the opposite side.
And you're just
And
looking into them?
Yeah. Well, like I'm.
You know what? With the first one, I actually want to reach back and make sure there are no false walls or anything. I actually want to investigate the whole thing.
So you're going to have to climb into the alcove to do that.
Okay.
Okay? And as soon as Red steps in, you guys hear this loud clang
yeah.
as a metal door slides out of the wall, shutting it off. And Red, you are in complete darkness.
Is it like a metal plate, or there's no bars or anything?
Looks like a smaller version of the big door at the end of the hall down here. It's a metal plate. Doesn't look like there's any obvious means of opening it.
Did it slide down or up?
It slid out of the wall. So
Is there any
sideways.
way for? Is there any crack in it that Adrex could stick a crowbar in?
There's not, but with the proper tools, you might be able to. Oh no, because it's a metal floor. Yeah, there doesn't look to be a way to pry it open.
Is there any?
I'll let Birdie make me an intelligence check.
That is an 18.
Now that you see how the door closes, looking at the other alcoves, you do see a recess in both sides of the doorway, where the metal door slides across from one and inside of the other. Red, it is really cramped and uncomfortable in here, and you're stepping in something squishy.
Okay.
I'm going.
Can I do anything by feel? By where my arms are? I know I don't have a lot of space to move them up or down. But
I mean, you can't not
basically
feel the walls.
Right.
They're pretty
right.
tight.
Do I find anything? Just kind of working my way along the wall as much as I have freedom to move my arms.
How tall are you?
Good question. Let me look. I believe it's like 5'8".
5'8"? I mean, you can reach literally every corner of this
Okay.
just stone cavity.
Okay.
And
I just wasn't sure if there's enough room to actually get my arms up over my. Yeah. No. I'll take my time, just feeling basically every inch of the wall.
Okay.
See if I can find anything.
You don't
Red.
You don't have much difficulty maneuvering like around, like turning around in space. You think if Adrex were to get slapped in one of these, he
okay.
probably would have great difficulty.
Okay.
Red, can you hear me?
You can hear him.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of faint through the
Right.
door, but he's there.
I'm
going
going
to try
to-
to pull this door open.
While he's doing that, I'm going to examine the mechanism on the next door without actually going inside.
Okay, well, I've already described what the mechanism looks like.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to see if I could find some way to disable it.
Adrex, what are you doing?
Brute strength to try and push this door open out of its cavity and slide it along the way it came.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make that roll.
Sure you don't want brute strength with a crowbar?
He doesn't have anywhere to get leverage with the crowbar.
I don't have
Okay.
leverage to get on it.
Come on, 20.
It's 21.
21. And you throw your whole back into it. And there's just something keeping this door closed. Birdie,
Maybe
watching
we-
him do this, you're thinking about it. There's no mechanism that you're aware of by which that door closed. It has to have been arcane. Which means it's probably closed by a similar mechanism. And Red, that's when you first hear the voice. Do you speak Undercommon?
I don't. Let me look. I speak a lot of languages. No. No, I do not.
And nobody speaks Drow. Is that still correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
You hear a voice, and it sounds very far away. It sounds like you're standing in a very long, echoey hallway, and somebody's speaking at you from the other end. But you can't make out what it's saying, because you don't understand Undercommon. But it sounds very annoyed. And then you start hearing a scraping sound coming down this long, echoey hallway towards you.
Which does it sound masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
And I think it sounds like Drow language.
To you, it sounds like Undercommon. You're familiar with what it sounds like, and it has a very dry, raspy voice.
And where's this? Which direction is this scraping from, or can I not tell with all the echoing?
This direction. It sounds like
Okay.
he's way down here somewhere. And when you
And
touch, the
when
wall
I-
is still
oh, sorry.
there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Okay.
Nobody outside the cell hears this voice.
Maybe there's a release mechanism somewhere in the next room. Let's make haste.
You guys clang, clang, clang down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Like while they're doing that, I'm just gonna I'm gonna wave the torch inside and kind of look in each one of the alcoves.
They're empty in the sense that there's no creatures in any of them, but I mean, some of them have refuse and bits of scrap and things laying on the ground.
Okay.
Some of them have old bones and scraps
Here,
of
Bird.
cloth.
Birdie, let me get the torch back, and I'm gonna look for traps on this door.
I mean, I'll look for traps on the door.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm holding the light for you.
Just so we're clear, Adrex is not standing on the plate.
That's correct. Neither is Red.
That is a 25.
25. And that was to check for traps.
Yes.
You don't see any mechanism by which this door could be trapped.
That makes me nervous, and I'm gonna peace out.
That is a very specific denial. And I am very nervous as well.
Is the scraping getting closer?
Very slowly, yes. We're
Hey,
gonna.
if anyone can hear me, there's something through the wall that's getting closer.
That sucks.
Like,
And
so
you hear
there's
the
no-
raspy voice ask you something, but you don't know what because
Mhm.
you don't speak Undercommon.
Okay.
I mean,
Open up the door.
this door. Is there any markings, anything on it? Is it just a smooth surface?
It has heavy bolts set along the perimeter of it, but the metal, I mean, it feels rusted and old. It's not like a stainless steel like countertop, if that's what you're thinking. This is a heavy black iron door.
Does it look like it comes through the walls like the it slides in and out of the wall like the cells? Is that what you said earlier?
Yeah, looks like the same kind of mechanism. And then Birdie, you hear a voice on the other side of this door. And so again, you hear it only very faintly through the thick walls. What languages do you and Raazu have between the two of you? Do either of you speak Undercommon?
I do, yes.
Then you hear the voice in Undercommon, very frightened and very faintly, ask, "Who is out there?" Make me a wisdom check, both of you.
Sounds like someone asking who's out there.
16 for Birdie.
Okay.
I got +1 to this. 11.
Birdie. Maybe it's difficult to tell because he's literally only said 3 words, but you're pretty sure this person is not a native Undercommon speaker.
Okay.
Raazu calls out back in Undercommon, says, "Can you open the door?"
And the voice comes back in Undercommon. I can't move. I'm lashed at the wrists and ankles, but I can't feel the restraints. Oh God, I can't feel the restraints.
Raazu rolls her eyes. Then, so this door has no obvious like handle or anything like that.
No obvious handle, no. Red.
Mm-hmm.
The scraping stops, and it sounds like it's very near to you. Then you feel something very cold brushing against your skin, the skin on the side of your face. And then this raspy voice speaks to you in your native language and says, "It's been many, many seasons since the mistress invited one of your kind. She didn't pass along any appointments. and a deathly silence hangs in the air.
Can I do whatchamacallit? Can I do a insight to see if I think that there's any malice in that?
You could hear the malice in it.
That's what I thought. Okay. Oh, it takes all kinds.
Perhaps you don't have an appointment. Perhaps you're a treasure hunter.
You should probably check your day calendar again. Just to be sure. It's kind of hard to mark the passages of time down here after all.
He tells you if you need assistance, you've only been in the cell for several minutes. Though I'm told it can feel like much, much longer.
Did it feel like much, much longer?
No, it feels like it's been several minutes.
That's what I thought.
What's Adrex and Windy doing back here? You guys hear Red talking to something. Specifically, it feels like he's giving him a smart mouth.
Good job, Red.
Red, were you able to move forward?
Everything okay in there, Red?
And so the native tongue, I'm going to go ahead and say we're speaking Abyssal.
Well, he was speaking to you in Yuan-ti.
Oh, is there actually Yuan-ti? I don't have that on my sheet.
I mean, you get it automatically, just because you're a Yuan-ti.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if there was a specific language. I'll say in Common. Forward would be into... Yeah, I can get away from the door, and I'll squeeze as far away from the door as possible.
Okay, and you shuffle a couple feet back, and you hear scraping against the floor as though something is moving out of your way to give you room to step back.
Alright, it sounds like Red's in trouble.
A little bit.
And I'm an idiot. So, I'm going on in.
What do you think happens next?
I bet it closes up behind me.
It sure does.
And then I'm gonna start going this way.
You can't. There's a wall there.
He said that he was able to get away.
No,
Red!
he moved straight up back against the wall.
I assumed you were going to do something to the door.
God damn it, Red.
Adrex, you hear this whole conversation.
Do her wings even fit in there?
They don't have any. They don't have any room to unfold. In fact, she has much more difficulty maneuvering than you do. And Red, you hear the voice speak to you again, and it says, "One moment. I believe I have another visitor." And Windy, you start hearing the scraping from very, very far away.
Yeah.
I assumed you were going to do something about the door, not...
I assumed you were talking to someone, and that meant they got up to you.
Adrex takes a step back and runs as fast as he can, plowing into the door, just to try to break it.
Try to break the door?
Probably with no success whatsoever. But he's trying.
Like, what are you hitting it with? Like, are you bull's rushing it with your head? Are you throwing your shoulder into it? Or using a weapon?
Let's start with shoulder.
Okay.
Before we get right to the head.
While he's doing
Now,
that,
you can't get much of a run-up from here, but if you went back in here...
Yeah, I bet you... I knew you were going to say that. No thank you.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Adrex is dumb, but he's not stupid. Make a strength check. Okay. That's 8.
And you succeed in injuring your shoulder.
That was Adrex, wasn't it?
Yes!
Adrex, get Birdie over here.
Nope.
Windy,
Can't do that.
the scraping draws closer and closer to you. It sounds like it started way back here. But when you push against that back wall, it's still solid.
I'm gonna get right up next to the wall then.
Okay.
Like, so that I'm, like, touching as much of it as I can, such that if this thing wants to get near me, I'll at least know what part of the wall moved.
Birdie, get over here.
I'm looking at a door over here.
I mean, you're done looking at this door. What else are you doing to this door?
I was gonna say I wanted to look at examine the bolts and stuff to see if I could find a structural weakness.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to describe for Birdie the the mechanisms involved in the traps we disarmed on the way down here, and ask him to look for anything resembling that in this room.
And Birdie, you've already come to the conclusion that these doors open and close with magic.
Yeah.
But those lightning things were magic too. That's why I'm telling him, like, this is what I think it might look like. This is how I think it might work.
I don't think I can like discharge the electricity here. I don't think that's
Right,
gonna work.
but I mean, it might have the similar kind of power source. It might have a similar kind of like trigger. I think that one was vibration scent based. Just like look for anything like that in any of these chambers without getting into them.
Like
Vibration, huh? Adrex takes out his axe and just starts wailing on the door.
Wailing on the door. Make a strength check. Make it a disadvantage because you failed a couple of these now, and your arms are starting to hurt and get weak.
Damn it.
Wendy, you now feel this cold sensation as the scraping comes to a stop, brushing the feathers away from the side of your face and touching the bare skin.
Did
And
it
then-
feel like the wall in front of my face moved?
No.
To let this get through?
Completely solid.
Alright.
I'm gonna get the torch from Raazu and then do the same thing. Just look for
Okay.
anything up and down. Just like stick the torch like in, and just try and find anything in any of these.
Okay. Wendy, you hear this voice speaking to you in your native language,
Yeah.
and it says, "The mistress has not encountered one of your kind. What are you, dearest?"
If you open up the wall, I can give you a look.
He says, "Forgive me, but these walls do not open."
That seems very inconvenient.
He tells you that he supposes that's a matter of perspective. And again, you can hear the menace in this guy's voice. Those of you outside the cell and red, through the 1 or 2 feet of wall between the two of you, you can hear Wendy speaking with somebody in her weird whistly bird language.
Raazu attempts to open the door at the far end of the corridor.
What do you do?
Knowing that this thing slides into the wall horizontally, Raazu is going to attempt to push it in horizontally.
Okay, make a strength check.
That is a 22.
22. You throw your back into it, and you feel it push kind of inward. Maybe a fraction of an inch. And this door feels like it has some give to it. It also makes a loud, reverberating sound as it smashes together with the inside of the rock, to which the pleading voice inside takes immediate note and begins pleading with you to open the door and come in and rescue him.
Raazu steps into the door jamb, plants a foot.
No, it's not open.
against-
I said it had
Oh.
some give to it. It's going to take a lot more strength than just you to open it.
Adrex, give me a hand.
Yeah.
So,
I'll assist.
Can we?
While they're going through all of this, I want to basically jump up and down and see if I can figure out if this floor like has any give, if I think it's a pressure plate that set this off or what.
No, you can feel the floor is just solid stone. Birdie, go ahead and make me a perception check. You're not at any kind of penalty because you're carrying the torch.
That is 23.
You have to run back and forth between several of these cells and the two that are closed and looking at the bolts on the outside of these doors. And then the big door as Raazu and Adrex are trying to force it aside. And you have to double check a few times. Do you have any kind of measuring device on you? Do you... I know you're not an earthbound hero, but do you have a ruler or a protractor or something?
No,
Okay.
I don't have a ruler.
Just doing it by eye, you can't be certain, but you're in. It doesn't look like there's enough physical space for these doors to slide in and out of this recess with these bolts. They don't protrude very much, but they protrude enough that they should be leaving gouges in the stone recesses, and they don't.
Raazu says, I was able to push this door in before I was able to get the mechanism loose.
And Adrex, you can feel that as well. When you push in the door, it's got a little bit of give. It's definitely moving on some kind of track. It's not being held in place like Red and Wendy's door are. So, Wendy, you find this menacing voice continues to engage you in conversation, and he's asking a lot of probing questions. There seems to be genuine curiosity to him about what you are and why you're here. And he's speaking your weird whistling language beautifully. Can you even sound raspy while you're whistling? I'm not even sure, but this guy does.
It's tricky. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
That's it.
Wendy's going to be like answering the questions in such a way as like there's two things that Wendy is trying to figure out is like one, what kind of stuff is this guy interested in, and two, how much does he actually know? Because if he's able to read my mind and learn Aarakocra, what else has he figured out?
Make an insight check.
That's a 15.
So the first thing you realize is this creature, whatever it is pretty much all but abandoned Red at this point. It's focusing its attention on you. And the second thing is it's just genuinely has never seen your kind before and is especially intrigued by what you are and what you're doing here. And as far as what else it knows, you don't think this creature has ever seen the Sunlit Lands before. Just engaging it in kind of asking or kind of dancing around his probing questions. You're pretty sure he's never seen the open sky.
Alright.
Feeling around at the door. Is it metal on my side?
Yes. And around the edges you can feel those small protrusions.
Mm-hmm. Is there any gap at all between the floor and ceiling and the door itself, or is it completely flush?
It's actually flush with the floor and ceiling. There's no grooves there either.
Okay.
There's grooves on the side where the door came sliding out.
And sorry, what's exactly going on with these protrusions?
These are iron bolts around the perimeter of either side of the door. So the small doors you guys have look identical to the big door that they're playing with, just a slightly smaller scale.
And you mean they're literal bolts, like with a nut? Are they welds, or...?
Feeling them, they feel like welds.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to turn them, and it's difficult to even get a hold of them. They're not protruding that much. They have kind of a rounded texture to them.
Oh, more like rivets, okay.
Rivets, yes, that's exactly the term I was trying to find, and I couldn't find it, and I keep saying bolts. I'm going to change my notes to
that makes
rivets.
more sense.
I'm going to, while they're pushing that, I'm going to just toss a dagger into there to see if it triggers the door.
Okay, go ahead and mark a dagger off your character sheet.
Yeah.
Wendy,
Uh-huh.
your passive perception is
17.
17. For a split second, you hear a scrape on the ground.